Conversation's going on. We'll get into it. Super2 presser here at Sandown. Zach, round winner. A bit of chaos there at the end, but happy to walk away with the round win?
Oh, obviously, I am pretty happy to walk away with the win. It was pretty good, I guess.
Run us through the end of that race. I mean, there was a lot of chaos with people not knowing who won, the penalties, etc. Did you know coming into that last lap that you had it?
I didn't know I had the round win. I knew we were on the podium somewhere, but yeah, just tried passing as many cars as possible, and that's all you can do, really. Almost got jacked on the last lap there. We went sideways, side by side into like Dandenong Road there, and it got a bit hairy, and then I just sort of backed out and was like, no, you have it, mate.
And for yourself, I mean, what does it mean, I guess, to be still in the championship fight? You and Deck, I mean, it's coming down to the wire, really. Are you fully focused on that championship?
Yeah, obviously we've all got Bathurst coming up, so it's going to be double duties for us and fairly busy weekend. But yeah, focus is still solely on Super2 Championship, and to be actually in contention now after a DNF at Perth, yeah, it's been a tough fight back, but we're closing the gap slowly, and yeah, just have to keep the good results coming.
What was it like coming back to the DS2, to the paddock, you know, into the field after that? You know, what happened at the bend, the blur of the pole, everything that happened to you there. What was it like coming back this week to be back in competition like this?
Obviously the driving standard's not really the same sort of level, and it's a bit rough out there and dive bombs everywhere, and qualifying and practice you don't really know if anyone's going to get out of the way or if they've seen you or not, so it's always that in the back of your mind. But racing's been pretty tough, and I feel like it's almost harder to get on pole in Super2 than it is in main game.
And out there this weekend at Sandown with the combined field, there was a lot of accidents. What was the racing like from your point of view?
Oh, but without the safety cars and stuff, it was pretty good racing. It was just really close and tight and hard to pass around here, but other than that, it was all right. But Super 3 obviously played a part in the final result, and with a few other people, and yeah.
Here's what it is. All right, I'll move on there. Dean, second in the round in a comeback round. Happy with that?
Sort of. It should have been the win, really. I was upset with what happened there on the box. Just the guiding in from my engineer's part wasn't ideal. But look, overall, to come in and have a good result like this is great. It did what it needed to do for me. I had a great time out there. It was awesome to get back into a car and get a couple of races under my belt. Like Zach was saying, the quality of driving out there is actually put the dive bombs and stuff aside is really high level, and there's great machinery out there as well, and it's a really good stepping stone into the main game as Zach's proven. So yeah, it was great. It was great fun.
3 Bathurst co-drivers up here. How important was this weekend for your preps?
Oh, I needed it, definitely. It's hard for me to go from father of 3 being in the office to the mountain. So yeah, I needed this without the, obviously during COVID with just the one round, it's very, very difficult without the warm-up of the Sandown 500 and then the Gold Coast 600 to finish off. So it was great that I got some support from Smartech, Loadright and Pete, and made it happen. And Matty White obviously prepares a beautiful car, and yeah, it was awesome.
And for yourself, the co-driver session on Friday, Garth was saying, there's a bit of an advantage to the guys who've been around and they know the circuits. Do you see that from your point of view, saying that you do have a fair bit of an advantage with the one-off endurance race these days?
Yeah, I think so. I think experience counts for a lot. And with limited miles, there's really no substitute for it. That's why I'm here at this event. But it used to just take me half a test day, and now it takes me at least a full test day to get up to speed and where I need to be, and ergonomically and everything. There's a lot that goes into that. So laps are key.
All right, I'll leave it there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Declan, on to you. A bit of confusion. You were sprinting down the main straight there for the podium. Run us through where you got told you were on the podium.
Yeah, well, we lost all communications. There was a little bit of a bingle out there under the safety car restart, and lost all comms back to the pit. So I was on the mic, where are we? Because obviously there was a pretty big shunt that happened, and we sort of came through and picked up a few positions. So knew that we might have been up there in the points, just didn't know where, and I had no communication. So I went back to the pits, and don't know how long that main straight is, but it felt like 5 kilometres to run down here. So it was, all in all, it was a pretty good weekend. Apart from that last race, we kept our nose clean as much as possible, and we just came through the pack. We ended up winning yesterday, and we had really good pace in that last race, and just edging forward ever so slightly every single lap. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame to get up to around 4th or 5th after having a pretty bad qualifying and then have someone else run into your door and turn you around. So that was a massive shame. And then on the safety car restart, we had another incident with another driver that, wasn't really keeping their eyes open, and I was sort of looking over the bonnet for the rest of the race. But it is what it is, and it's hard racing out there. That's what I love. That's why I love to go racing, and Super 2 shows that. Like these guys said, the competition in Super 2 is just so tough, and to be standing on this podium is a privilege, and really wanting that top spot this weekend, but it just wasn't meant to be. So coming into Bathurst next, and we'll push as hard as we can and make sure we get a good result there.
And you're in the box seat now. What's Bathurst going to be like for you? How hectic is that going to be? I mean, you've got a championship to win in Super 2. You're lining up alongside Craig Lowndes. How big's this next event for you? Yeah,
it's massive. First ever Bathurst 1000 start. Doing it with my idol from growing up with a crazy team like 888 with how they prepare and they run everything. It's next level, and I know that when we get there, I'm going to be fully prepared. I've got Lowndes here, I've got J-Dub, Garth, SVG, Brock, I've got everyone there to help me. And the team are fully behind me. So when we get there, I know I'll be fully prepared for not only the Bathurst 1000, but also for the Super 2, because we're going to go there and give it a red-hot crack.
For yourself from the co-driver session, I mean, as you said, it's going to be your first Bathurst alongside the main game drivers. What did you take out of Friday? That's the first time you've been, I guess, next to Garth and Jamie in those sessions. So what was that like?
Yeah, I watched from the sidelines. I wasn't in that race.
Yes.
So yeah.
So did I, see?
Yeah, exactly. We got to learn the same things probably. No, it was, obviously I wasn't out there with everybody, and it would have been nice to sort of just see where we are, but it's more of just a measuring competition to see where you are against everyone else. So for me, it was, we've got a few more test days coming up, and I'll be as comfortable as I can. I've got Garth and Jamie, like I said, to help me on those test days, and we can sort of compare and see where I am. So at the moment, we're running along pretty smoothly, and we'll just keep going with it.
What's the goal for Bathurst?
Lowndes made it very clear we want to be on that podium, and if you're not going to Bathurst to get on that podium, you're going there to run around midfield, and that's not what we're there to do. So want to make sure that we maintain that Super 2 lead, get as many race wins there as possible as well, and whatever happens in the 1000, it's a crazy race, and you never know where you're going to end up at the end of the day, but just got to be there in those last few laps, and if we're there, we're thereabouts, and see what we can do.
All right, I reckon there's a lot of people envious of your position. On that, I will open it up to questions. Charlie.
Thank you. Dean, congratulations. You obviously talked a lot about preparations there. So what happens now, between now and Bathurst? What's preparation look like?
Finishing 12 apartments off, running around after 3 children.
So not a lot of actual laps around a racetrack.
We've got a ride day tomorrow, so I'll get a lot of laps in the main car tomorrow. And then I believe we've got at least one test before the big race. Yeah.
Do you think that's enough for you?
Yeah. Definitely after this event. Yep.
Perfect. And Declan, Shane yesterday in the press conference said that you are well deserving of a shot at the main game in 2023. How's those prospects looking for you at the moment?
Yeah, firstly, it's pretty cool to have someone like Shane even put my name in a main game seat together. So from that, I'm sort of just trying to figure out what spaces are available at the moment, really, more than anything. And if something comes up and a team comes after me, I'd love to have a chat. But at the moment, like you said, just focusing on Super 2 as much as possible. And we really want this year to go as well as possible and just put everything we can into making sure that next year, if I do move up, I've got the best shot. And with a team like 888 behind me, I feel like we're more than capable in giving it a really good go this year.
Awesome. Very diplomatic.
Slade-Dale. Slade, you go.
Decker, are 888 supporting you in looking for a main game seat next year at all?
Yeah, they've been completely open and said that if they need any help with anything I do, then they're more than happy to help. So, again, to have the support from them behind me, it means a lot. And they've always said to me their main goal is to get me in the main game seat, and wherever that may be, we'll find out.
Zach, you've obviously recently driven the Tickford Mustang in the main game race, but now you're back in the FGX. Between the two of them, do you noticing many differences?
Obviously, my car's got Tickford running gear in it, but still a Penske car. But just the aero is probably the biggest thing. Like everyone says, that and the tyre. So it does feel definitely different. I prefer the Mustang, but can only drive what I've got and just deal with it.
All right, everyone's good. Congratulations, guys, and we'll see you at Bathurst.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.